Hello everyone, and then welcome to the continuation of our web development project. So in our previous lesson, this is what we were able to do. And if we look at our project, this is what it's supposed to look like. Okay, so now we want to work on the icons. So let's see. So we have this. Let me see the color here is white. So I'll change this to white. I'll change the Alice blue to white with how to work on the icons. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so let me change this background to white, not Alice blue. So let's change it to white. So background color to white instead. Okay, so that's fine. Now let's work on our social icons, which is these icons. So we just have to reference it with the ion. That's ion icon. Okay, which are these icons we have here? These icons. Then we'll give it a color of, okay, it's already black. So let's give it a width of 25 px and the height of 25 px. Okay, so we have it. Let's set cursor. So now if I bounce over, it's just a normal cursor. So let's change cursor to pointer. Okay, so if I mouse over, we have the pointer. Okay. So once when we hover over this, we want to change the color. So let's do let's see. Just going to copy this, paste it here, and then colon, and then I'll do hover. So hover will set the color to gold or any color of your choice. So you can see the color is changing. Okay. Okay, so let's work on the spacing here. Okay. So let's give it a margin top of, let's use 40 px. Okay. Then we want to give some gaps. Okay. So the gaps, since it's our icons are inside our socials. So I'm going to copy this. So the socials, and then I'll give it a column gap. So let me just, okay, let's do it here. Dot 3. Then we'll do column gap. Set our column gap to, let's use 20 px. If nothing happened, let's try row gap. Still the same. Let's use 60. Nothing happens. I need to work on something. So I'll comment this out. We'll come back to this. Okay, so let's work on it. So I'm going to uncomment it. I'll take this out, and then let's use display flex. So display flex. Okay, since column gaps and row gaps are flex properties, so do column gap. Then we'll give it 20 px, just so we have enough spacing between. Okay, so you can see we have enough spacing. Okay, so now all we have to do is go to our index, and then we are going to copy. Let me enlarge this. And we are going to copy from here. Okay, we need a copy of this first. Let's format it. Okay, so I'm going to copy from, let's see where it ends. Okay, so I'm going to copy from here to here. Control C. Okay, and then paste it here. So let's see what is happening. Okay, so you see we have it appearing twice. Okay, and then I'll, at the end of this one too, paste it here. You have another one. So basically all we are going to do is just change the name here. Let me see. This is Franklin. Okay, and then we'll change, give him a title of software engineer. And then with the other one, let's use Winifred. I'm going to pause it and then type the name. Okay, so I'm done typing. Okay, so we have it here. Okay, and yeah. So what we can do now is to flex them so that they appear like this, horizontal on the same line. So since our all these cards, okay, are inside our container called collab, I'll go to my main. Since it's a class, so I'm going to do period collab. Hope that I get the spelling right. Collab, and then I'm going to do display flex. Okay, so you see we have a displayed flex. Okay, and then we'll work on the justify, not justify, justify. So justify content, we'll say to center. Then we'll give it a margin top, just so we have enough spacing. Margin top of 40 px. So there's what we have now. And what we can do is when the person mouses over, we can change the color of the background. So let's try that out. Okay, so since our audio's profile, okay, since all our items are inside the profile, okay, and they all have the class profile, so we're just going to do profile, sorry, so it's a class of profile, and use colon hover. We want to change the background color to gold. So let's see, so you can see the color is changed to gold, but there's a downside. Let's see what happens. You see, so when we mouse over, since we stated or we coded our CSS that when the icons are mouse over, it should also change the color to gold. This would look nice. So to do that, let's work on this. Okay, so what I did here was to create a profile. Okay, and then ion hyphen icon colon hover, and then we set the background color to white. Okay, so when I maximize this and then I mouse over the icon, you can see it's set to white. So that's it for this particular session or lesson. In our next lesson, we'll work on the footer. Okay, thank you, and then see you in the next lesson. Thank you.